Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Tedious Teed here.
Sorry, he's joined by Anton Golden Falcon Lim. We're here to bring you a game between Perplexed and Born, formerly known as Vanta, if I'm correct.
That is correct. Born GG has been renamed from Vanta, so that's who they will be going under as tonight. And I think it's gonna be a very exciting game.
I agree. So if anyone doesn't know, this is Wednesday today, and we're casting a game from the Invite League. And yesterday we casted a game from the Contender League, which is admittedly two very strong teams, but that league is of a lower level than this league. So we're going to see hopefully a more competitive game. If anyone knows the names on Perplexed at the moment, we have Wholesale, we have Viaga, two very good players, and kind of out there on in the community. Not like there are some people like Jonesy, who's we casted yesterday. He's a YouTuber. People probably know that, but now we have these players here on Perplexed that are kind of like public figures a bit, and we have Born GG against them right now. The first map of Oregon picked by Perplex. The next map will be Border picked by Born, and then if we get to a third map, it'll be Consulate as the decider.
That is right, and it looks like we are ready to kick things off of here. So here we go.
See, we're ready. They're born to play. You see that in the chat. These guys are absolutely born to play. I'm pretty sure both teams have gotten warmed up, drank their G Fuel, whatever they need to do, and we're getting right into this game of Oregon right now. So we see instantly, round one, a blitz coming out from the side of Perplexed. Crook is going to be taking that blitz, spawning at Junkyard, likely going to be either pushing up to back tower or pushing down blue, as neither of those places can really be flanked unless he goes in the door and just kind of blindly walks in and doesn't watch upper tower. He should have like a teammate or something either join him in or be there with him to get or either a frag or a refrag if someone decides to push him. But this blitz in this situation on a basement attack, it's a strong pick on this map because flanks, because this map is so linear, as you can probably see, you can walk into blue and then all the enemies, if they're there, are going to be in front of you, so they can't shoot you from the side or anything. That's why blitz is an important pick. And I'd be surprised to see Born not pick a blitz in this case, knowing how good it is, seeing all the plays during the Invitational, during the qualifiers, during Pro League in general from all the teams. Like, NA is starting to pick up this blitz meta. Originally, of course, it was Brazil that really pioneered this stuff, being aggressive and whatnot, which might be a bit counterintuitive considering blitz is a one speed, but he helps because they can't shoot him, right? He has a big metal plate in front of his face, similar to Yaga right now in the Blackbeard, although not entirely covering. He's got a face shield, which prevents headshots, which is oh so important in this level of play. However, we actually see every single one of these attackers spawning at the front, walking in the front door super aggressively. They're not scared at all. No one's droning, though, in this phase. Every single one of these attackers are actually walking straight in the front door.
Yeah, sorry about that. We can see down at the bottom having a little bit of frame FPS. And it looks like Rapid Rybade will be the first one to find Crooked, taking out that blitz right off the back. And as you were just talking about, that is a great utility. And as we're talking, Gasher go ahead and he will find Zenki refragged by Yoga. But Christian, the roaming Ella, will find Wholesale Milk, making this now a 2v4 situation.
Well, that was a bit ironic, the blitz with the big metal face shield being the first one to be taken out, but yet again, that is utility, and as we say, more utility being lit up here. Thurton being put on about 1 health, 1 bullet from any of these guns from the defenders is going to take him out, and that's the Hibana. That's an important operator, although like we haven't even gotten past half the round yet, and given 3 of the attackers are already taken out, this is not looking good for them like either way, even if they can keep Thurton alive. However, it is a Hibana, and at the moment, neither of the guns have been nerfed yet, so the fragging power is definitely there from Thurton if he can find these shots. He has 2 people to find in order to even up the man count, but he gets shot at. Rybade has eyes on him. He gets pre-fired as well. No hits just yet, but now they know where this mute is. They have 2 players, one being a Blackbeard. It's not gonna matter. Rybait gets both picks. Yaga taking a headshot even past the face shield. Look at, oh, we can see the kill here. He gets taken completely off guard, and both players end up going down. Rybait, nice read that they would peek twice at the same time and pre-firing the other door, getting both picks, and that was a very, very strong round from Born. Maybe a bit overconfident from Perplexed, given that the fact there wasn't really a strat going on there. They all just basically walked in the front door and just told everyone, hey, we are 5 people here, and sadly the Blitz, the person that really isn't meant to die in this case, got taken out first, and it was this frag after frag for Born, and ending up they only had 1 death at the end of that frag fest, and they were kind of lost, admittedly, which is kind of weird. You'd think they'd have a game plan after pushing 5 people through the front door, but they obviously didn't, and I guess that was just a bit of maybe to test the waters to see how good of a team Born actually is, and I'm pretty sure they've come to the conclusion that they're a worthy team not to get absolutely mean. So
Yeah, but right before that kill feed actually started kicking off, I was actually just about to talk about how that Blitz went through the front door, and that was a really bad idea. You had 2 operators there that would have been very viable to go with Blitz through construction or even tower, and that was the Dokkaebi and the Blackbeard. Now the Blackbeard's a little more viable on stairs with him having that face shield. He can peek stairs a little more easier, but in the end that didn't even matter because they just completely fell right off the bat. They had no way to stop anything that happened right there.
exactly. Ooh. Twitch almost finding the smoke with, I think, putting down barbed wire. Low skill, he gets the window open, so he has the information, kind of. And Smoke here doing a bit of a dance with the camera, it seems, as he's got angled down to the lower window of white stairs. But yeah, what you mentioned, the Blitz just going in the front door. And while there were 5 people, my point at the beginning of the match kind of was like completely moot, because I said, okay, there's not really much room to flank a Blitz, but like walking through the front door, that makes my point moot, because you can flank from the stairs, you can flank from classroom, you can face check him directly from meeting, and the only place he can't really be flanked from is this back tower, which we see 2 players of Born already going in. However, the Ash is going to seemingly fall off the roof or something and get down, which is unfortunate as half her health gone. But yeah, that's a usual take for this kind of basement defense. Or this isn't even a basement defense, you're defending the top floor. Also gets a pick on a nerve though. That's the Yingon, not even Ember on the Ash. So that's a full health operator and lots of utility taken off the board before half of the round is even elapsed.
Yes, it does not look like that we're going to see too much action in the early stages of this round. Both teams are taking it very slow. We're seeing a pretty strong roam game coming from Perplexed here, but the push from Born is very lethargic. They're pushing extremely slow, and now losing that Ying, I imagine they're going to take this even slower. We see this Habana getting taken out, actually, from Crooked as he comes in from the flank from lower stairs, dropping another operator. He has been found, but he will find another one right before, or excuse me, right after Wholesale Milk eliminates Christian, and 13 eliminates Embers. Now, I honestly thought that Ella, when he turned around and he meleeed, I thought that was the Ella getting the kill, but as it turns out, it was just the Mira getting the kill there. So that would have been extremely beautiful if that Ella had gotten that knife on Ash.
Style points for Crooked. He almost got it. That was a good attempt there, but I'm pretty sure now we see Perplexed taking Born a lot more seriously, actually going for a good defense instead of just memeing. They didn't bring any kind of, like, I don't know, vigil shotgun or something like that. They took that round a lot more seriously, and as you can see, that was a flawless round.
Apparently,
five-man.
Apparently our mics are really low right now, so I'm going to see if I can do something to remedy that for one person.
I think that's just from. I think I'm low.
We will see. You're turned up pretty loud for me, so I'll turn you up even louder, and we'll see if that helps the viewers. Want to make sure the viewers can hear it.
Right. Yeah, that was definitely a much more one-sided round in the form of no one died. And Perplexed, again, they took that a lot more seriously. They didn't just go for, I don't know, a front door push and expect they won't do the same thing this time. They'd probably go for a much more thorough clear, droning in from small tower, going through kitchen, kind of just taking that west side one step at a time. You know, they haven't drawn out every single corner. As we see, we actually have a mirror window coming out in the kitchen to hold out that west side push. But we have Yaga here with one Twitch drone in his pocket and one more likely in the building. And he will be the one likely to get that mirror window down if it is to be the case.
Yeah, we will see Blitz come from Crooked here again. Only 2 operator changes here. This time we will not see a Blackbeard and we will not see a Dokkaebi. So this Blitz is playing extremely aggressive, and as I was saying, he's getting lit up from Castle inside of the hallway, and he ADSs, makes the attempt to take out that Mira. A very, very dumb move there for him to try to ADS on that Mira, but Mira will find him, and as he tries to pick off Gasher, or excuse me, Yaga will instead find the head of Gasher, eliminating this, getting that refrag, and now making this a 4-4 situation.
That was almost a really, really strong play by the Mira. If he didn't whip that shot, he'd have taken 2 operators. One, an operator that you can't really shoot from the front, unfortunately. He does end up falling first, yet again. And 2, a Twitch, which is a really powerful gun, as well as a really good fragger in the form of Yaga. He can aim. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Yaga's personal thing, like personal YouTube or Twitch or something like that, but this man is one of their best fraggers. Like, he's not on Ash, but Twitch, with that F2, of course with the ACOG as well, is definitely a very capable fragger. As I say that, Rybae gets the headshot on a Thurton. That's a frag for you if you've ever seen one. That was a nice, that was like almost a backwards peek. He peeked out of Thurton's line of sight and managed to get the headshot on him behind the wall, almost, it seemed. But I would guess that's just how line of sight works. But even still, we have Nerve here with another line of sight on the bottom of white stairs. Just waiting for these 3 attackers actually grouped up here to walk up. We see this Buck trying to challenge whoever's sitting at the top of white stairs. And as we say that, Wholesale manages to step into the line of sight of Nerve, get taken down from the same angle as mentioned before. And now it's up to Zanky and Yaga. Yaga and half health, Zanky still full, and they have 50 seconds, so they do have plenty of time to make whatever they want work. However, they are up against 4 defenders in this case, all perfectly powerful, with plenty of vehicles downstairs, and Rybae even sitting on the staircase of laundry stairs. They have 30 seconds, and Christian takes out Yaga. Zanky has to 1v4 clutch here, and while he is an Ash, he does have the fragging power to do so. It's going to be quite the task. With 20 seconds, he gets the first one. And he gets the second as well. He has 2 to find. He has a smoke, and he has a Bandit off-site, though. He's back in the hallway, and Bandit ends up getting the last kill on the Zanky. He really tried to make that work, however. This crossfire here, I mean, there was nothing he could really do in this case. That was a really good crossfire with the smoke, and the Bandit finished up the round.
I would have been extremely impressed right there if that Ash had seen the Bandit. Actually, you know, from our screen, observing that Ash, we did see the Bandit, so it's a matter of, did he see that Bandit in time? It was a very quick peek, but Bandit was on screen and he was exposed, so it would have been incredible to see that Ash make that quick peek, destroy that Bandit, and then from there do whatever play she might have had to done. So it definitely clutch potential. She got the first 2, and the potential for the clutch was there. It was just unfortunate that Ash did look away, and unfortunately it did cost her the round. So we will go into 1-2 right now with Born GG in the lead.
Apparently Ember's got a hamster powering this computer right now.
I mean, we all got a little bit of hamsters. It's just whether or not how often you feed them and give them water.
Yeah, they have to, like, they need their daily exercise, you know, or else they're not gonna, see, like, this is what happens here. They took a while to load. That's alright, though. We've got a bit of time here. Depending on if they actually go back and forth, because we see here, yet again, a 1-2. I think, so far, what is it, only been defending wins right now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so we've only seen 1 win downstairs, and that was from Born the first time, because I don't know what Perplexed was doing, but they thought it was a wonderful idea to rush right into main lobby. So it's really hoping we'll see a different bit of a play here, especially now we're seeing from this rotation, we're not seeing a blitz at all from Born. They are playing it smart, they're playing it safe, and while blitz is a very viable operator overall, from the way Crooked was playing these last 2 rounds, he was playing it like it was the TTS. That's exactly what it reminded me of, is how people play on the TTS. And as we're talking, Christian will get hit by an Ella who is playing in kitchen right now, and because she's playing so close, she is aware that it has gone off. She's not been droned out, so she still has the element of surprise. It's whether or not she's able to keep this surprise factor going.
The thing that kind of puzzles me is the fact that there's a castle barricade, so he can't quick peek the kitchen just in case that, I mean, the Element did go off, so he knows that one's in there, but he can't actually act on it at this point because Twitch, of course, it's been enough time. He's not exactly very concussed anymore, but I would have thought that the play there would have been wait for the Element to go off, which it did, and then impact that castle barricade to get this, like, again, the element of surprise, like you said, but that didn't end up happening. And now it's just one piece of utility wasted. However, Crooked does end up getting the kill onto Christian eventually. Just took a bit of time.
Now,
left in the round.
In this situation right here with this Ella playing, personally, I would have taken that castle barricade, and instead of putting it inside of kitchen, I would have put it on dining room door. Not the one that Twitch came in, but the one leading into the hallway, the south door. Honestly, I think that would have been a much better location for this castle barricade, because you're still protected. This Ella is still protected, but she also has that element to quickly peek Christian, who was walking in there. Now, in the end, it doesn't matter. And as we're talking, Crooked does get taken out by Embers, who is just playing secret squirrel throughout the hallways, trying to make his way upstairs.
Zanky's actually blind, but the Candela's going out right now. Gash is going down for some shots. He doesn't get the kill. Nerve gets a kill. And then Yaga gets a refrag onto him, but the plant has gone down by Rybait right under the washing machine. I don't think they know he's here. Nope. Smoke peeks right into it. Gets it down. He goes for the headshot. Gets it. It's a 3v2. Makes that a 2v2. As Wholesale gets the pick on the Gasher. Yet another on Rybait, the planner. And then Embers takes out Yaga. He's in a 1v1 situation.
Even though he's in a 1v1 situation, he is unable to make it back in time as he gets tripped by that Elamine, and that was definitely called out from his teammates as Wholesale went right back up there, and he has plenty of time to get that defuse, giving this round to Born.
That was interesting. I think he just diffused that with the force or something.
Or excuse me, giving this round to Perplexed. My apologies.
So yet again, so far only defense wins. That was a very close round, and I think that Ash was actually way too far away to actually secure any kind of kill if he had just stuck it. But either way, it doesn't matter. Wholesale got the frag anyways, managing to pre-fire that corner and take him out. It was a well played by him. That was a 1v3 clutch, I'm pretty sure. He killed one, then he peeked down the stairs, killed the planner, and then Ash was, of course, a mile away. But, I mean, they both have to run, so Bandit knows exactly when he's around the corner, gets the pre-fire, and that's the frag. And, well, very well done by Wholesale Milk. And yet again, keeping the trend of only defense wins so far. And usually, when this kind of thing happens, it's all the winner is decided by the first team that can manage to pull out any kind of attack.
When it comes to this map, I do think that your best chance at starting strong is to start on defense. And I don't know if it was Perplexed that selected to attack first, or if it was Born that selected to defense first. But whichever one selected to attack made the wrong choice, in my opinion. This map relies heavily on defense strategies.
Yeah, and we see that working out for both teams so far. Neither team has lost a defense round on either site, might I add. So both the top floor and the bottom floor have been won, but I'm pretty sure both teams so far. So they can definitely, they've proven their mettle on both sites. And we see yet another very fast play coming out from Perplexed. They're not rushing to the front door this time. They're going, okay, a bit more slowly through blue. And we see no mirror window to contest their push at the moment. Although there is a castle barricade, as well as some reinforced wall. Yaga is going to get through those pretty easily with his thermite charge, as there's no denial other than the form of Rybait on the mute. I'm surprised there's nothing actually on blue tunnels, but we can see why, as he has an angle from the hatch up top and meeting. Misses the shots on the one player though. He managed to get past, and thermite is still peeking on through, sees the mirror, gets the headshot. That is Gasher down. and 2 players, the mute even taken out. Up and meeting from the counter angle by Crooked. You see what Kickstar always said, angles are always a two-way streak. And as we see Zanky getting a pick onto Embers and Crooked one onto Christian. This is a very one-sided round so far. A very fast play. 4 players off the board from the defense side with less than a minute of the round taken out. And that's a flawless round coming from Perplexed. That is the first attack win and a very, very one-sided one, if I must say so myself.
I do agree with you right there. Perplex ran in there and they took no time at all to establish their dominance on that site. They came in through construction quickly. They had a couple people pushing upstairs and that really helped out as Ash was able to eliminate, I think it was Bandit inside of Big Tower. And from there, it all just went downhill. We saw Rybade playing the mute upstairs. He had that angle. However, he didn't get droned out, but he took those shots at the Twitch who ran by, or the Thatcher that ran by, and it gave away his position. It told Threaten, I think Yoga, it told him, okay, he's here. Let's make that call out. Twitch went in, got the angle on him, and took him out. Too easy.
Right. And that was again the first attack win. And I'm pretty sure at this point, Perplexed is looking primed to take map 1 of Oregon because they did get the win. And that was oh so important. That was such a clean win as well. No one died. 2, 4 players of the defense side of Bourne were taken off the board within 60 seconds. And it didn't take very long after the first 60 seconds for the last player of Smoke to go down either. So that was a very, very clean round from them. And let's see if they can pull out just as clean as a defense as Bourne basically attack onto a top floor defense this time.
Now we're seeing this defense come out from Perplexed again, and Bourne had an extremely difficult time trying to counter it. We saw their blitz originally rushed right in, and that just did not work out for them. So hopefully Bourne has a better chance on attack this time. The angles that Perplex have been holding have been extremely tight, and if they're not tight, it's based on vertical play, and as we're talking, Nerve actually gets disconnected from the game. That is extremely unfortunate. May have to have a rehost, but we'll see what happens. We'll let y'all know. But yeah, so Rybade and Gasher pushing from kitchen right now. Bandit taking a few pops, and as we're talking, Christian will eliminate Yoga, and the refrag will come from Crooked. What an angle!
The mirror window actually gets taken down very quickly by the Twitch drone, so Crooked doesn't actually have a safe spot to play behind. Goes some pixel shots, gets another kill on the Gasher. It's a headshot from him. Embers with one of his own. But Crooked gets a pistol kill on the Christian as he pushes it up really aggressively on the kitchen, and he's expecting one more player inside meeting hall, which he is indeed there. He's in the corner now, and he's stuck with 3 players all collapsing on him. And while he is Ash, he has a very limited number of bullets in his arsenal. As we see Crooked with 2 different pistol kills of that round. That was yet again a very not as clean. It wasn't flawless, but they did it pretty well. And while yes, 1 player did drop out from the side of Bourne, Perplexed still managed to take that round, and they did put it on a match point. It is 4-2, and they look really primed to take this first map.
Now that was actually from Crooked there. That was a that was a 4K. We're seeing him now 9-3. He is absolutely dominating this game. Now he started a little weak with the blitz plays, but he has shown no mercy on defense. He has been an extreme, not so much of an anchor, but I want to say more of a foundation for this team. And honestly, I don't know if Bourne will be able to counter it.
Yeah, just like you said, he started out pretty weak on the blitz, but as we see, he's not making that same mistake again. He's taking an operator that can kill people, just like Bandit can with that very vertical recoil gun of the MP7. We see here a Twitch come up with him. It's basically the same gun, but on attack, and with slightly higher DPS. So, I'm curious to see whether they're just going to go out and frag yet again. I think that was the idea of round 1. They just kind of got taken off guard from all the different angles that Bourne was able to get on them in the first round. But, are they going to see another front door rush, we see at least 2 people, if not 3, spawning at the front entrance. And while they don't seem like they're going as fast. They're taking their time, they're taking out cameras. And okay, there's a couple people spawning west side, and Crooked, well, I mean, he can get the frags, I guess, whether it be on his team or the other team. He gets frags either way.
I guess so.
Yaga at the board.
And it does not look like Yaga is too pleased with the results of that. Now, we weren't watching this happen, but I can tell you exactly what might have happened. They were shooting through small tower window, and unfortunately, Yaga ran right in the way. So, that is just unfortunate. That is a man down from Perplexed, but I don't think it will be a problem for them. Honestly, just with how dominating they've been so far, I really do not think that this man advantage will be a problem. And as I'm saying that, Wholesale Milk gets taken out from Christian, and Zenki gets taken out. So I don't know. We're in a 5v2 situation right now. So I may have to eat my words here, but we'll see. We still got 1:50 left in the round. It's a 5v2. Let's see what happens.
I was about to say that Crooked has the opportunity to get a 6 or 7-man ace, but no longer. He has only 4 kills to find right now, so he can technically get a 5-man ace so far, but he misses the shots on the bandit as I say that, and he gets taken out by Rybe. Not going to land any bullet onto the head of that bandit. So, well, I think they may do eat your words, which is a bit unfortunate, but at least they get to pull the round back, and it's 4-3 now. In the favor still of Perplexed, but Born definitely don't want to let this map go without a fight, at least.
Definitely not. That was in favor of Perplexed for that win. But, or excuse me, not in favor, but it was match point. Perplexed was up. That could have been map 1. But Born said, no, we're not giving up. We're not giving it to you. This is our time to shine. We will come back from this. And maybe we're going to see the momentum shift here.
Well, that's a bit interesting. We see a recruit. I think Yaga was a bit, maybe he took a bit of a, whoa, that's another, I wonder if he's AFK. I think he just kind of slammed his hands on his keyboard the first or last round after he got TK'd and just kind of walked off for some, I don't know, warm milk from his refrigerator or something after he got, like, maybe some hot chocolate. He might have, like, warmed it up then and just went for a drink or something, because I don't think he was too pleased by that TK. But, yeah, so that's already an advantage for Born, although I mean, you said you didn't think it mattered, but it ended up kind of mattering, although you can't completely say that.
Honestly, yeah, honestly, I'm not going to go ahead and say that it was the man advantage that Born had that gave him that round. We saw Embers there completely annihilate 2 members from their team, and as we're talking, Wholesale Milk will get the spawn peek on Rybid, and I know that has to hurt. Spawn peeking in a competitive match, that definitely hurts.
Yeah, and that's not even just the spawn peek. It was 1, they evened up the man count. 2, they took out their Hibana, which means they can't reach any of the hatches that are reinforced. Likely is going to be that 1 inside meeting, and that's a frag. What a shot from Crooked. This man proving himself. This is why he's on Perplexed. He's absolutely the king fragger on their team right now. That was literally just like that was a pixel from the door of dining. That was insane. That was a nasty shot from Crooked.
That was,
I think he's at 10 frags right now. Well, technically 11. But,
11 if you want to count the team kill, but I don't think we'll go ahead and count that one for sake of numbers. But Crooked is absolutely dominating this match. He is a force to be reckoned with, and each round he proves that time and time again. So I really think that this will go into the hands of Perplexed. But Ella getting flashed here, and Ash not taking the advantage with the unknown will not push the Ella, but she will get Ella mined, and Crooked will take out Embers, but Nerve is right behind to get the refrag and end his reign.
That's a very important frag on while they are down a man. They have 2 very capable guns, and as I say that is 1 down on Gasher. Last one alive, Ging. He has plenty of bullets in order to get these 3 frags on Zenki, Wholesale, as well as Thurton. However, he's getting swarmed at the moment, just like that Ella was, and there goes the headshot from Thurton on the Nerve. That Ying LMG not firing just fast enough so that Thurton can kind of duck in between the bullets of that, and that was a wonderful angle. That was yet again another pixel shot from them. Well, that's Perplexed taking that push back from Oregon. And this, okay, it is their map, of course, but we see here, I don't know if the next map of Border is gonna really matter in the fact that Born picked it, because look at Crooked. Yes, he's Ella, but he's doing Ella things really, really, really well. And you like the round previously where the defense won because, okay, again, maybe not because of the TK, but maybe because of, I think it was, you said it was Embers doing Ella things, and that was very important. But we see Crook here doing Ella things even better than Ember, and that's kind of matters. And yeah, okay, Katie doesn't really, it doesn't say everything, but like as I think Emzo said, it's much easier to strategize and have tactics and play all like stealthily and stuff like that. It's much easier to play Siege properly when the enemy's dead. So kills are not everything, but they do matter. And as you can see here, Crook absolutely carrying his team in terms of frags. And that's probably one of the reasons why they won the round. As you saw, like, what they basically did every round is they got openings, then they just kind of pushed, they collapsed onto the attackers every single one of the defense rounds, which you don't see very often. That's not something you want to do because frag hunting will get you killed a lot of the time. And in this case, it didn't end up happening. Perplexed won every single one of their gunfights. They swarmed. It felt like every round was an attacking round from them. Like they didn't settle down at all.
And just a little update here. It looks like Yoga is AFK, so Perplex will actually go on the attack. We're going to start it without Yoga being present. So that is unfortunate. But no, he is not. Apparently Yoga's still AFK. So so Perplex will be on the attack here on Border. They were supposed to be on defense, but Born, not wanting to hold it up any more than they have to, is going to go ahead and say, you guys go on the attack, we'll go on the defense, because Yoga can't switch. So it's just unfortunate overall. So I don't know what Yoga's doing right now. Hopefully he's okay. I don't know. Maybe he took that team kill too seriously. But we'll go ahead and get into map 2 here. For those just now tuning in, we're in game versus Perplexed and Born. Now on map 2 Border.
It'd be kind of unfortunate. Well, no, I was about to say that he picked him up, but no, he was the default recruit there. But it'd be kind of unfortunate if he managed to, I don't know, break his mouse or something by slamming his hands down. But we're gonna hope that that hasn't happened, as he hasn't texted any of the members or anything, phone Discord or something like that. But that doesn't happen. He's just kind of away at the moment. So we're gonna have technically a 4v5 come up from the likes of Perplexed. And I mean, they are on attack, so it's not like their defense strategy at the moment is going to be very hindered by this kind of. Well, yeah, technically definitely. But we're gonna see if Yaga manages to come back, what he can do with the loadout. But yeah, so we're gonna be in a 4v5 for the time being for Perplex. But as again, it doesn't really seem to matter if Crooked can get the frags that he did last map. They're gonna kill him again, which is interesting. I mean, this is a custom match, so he's not going to get kicked. So it's a bit weird why they would end up TKing every time, which usually is to prevent a kick. But that is an NVK shot. Wholesale getting the pick on a nerve from that very, very long angle, pre-firing the window all the way into office. That is why you pre-fire that spot every single time, because you might get that pick, as we've seen multiple times in very competitive matches. That's a high traffic area, and if you pre-fire that, and a defender just happens to be rotating through, that is exactly what happens. That is a smoke of the defense right now, with Born going down with less than a minute elapsed in the round. It's a very important pick in general, not even just to get at the beginning. But they have no plant denial at the moment, other than maybe a C4 from the mirror.
That was less than 30 seconds, actually, and that is just a really unfortunate play. And as you said, that is an extremely important spot for attackers to pre-fire, because one, people do like to peek that. They will sit there, they'll wait for people to run up, and they'll try to get the pick they can. But somebody's always running through hall, and you have that opportunity. So that is just extremely unfortunate. I know Nerve is kicking himself right now. There's no way he's not upset in this situation. And as we're talking, Crooked will find Embers, with Zanky finding Rybid, making this now a 4v2 situation. And as you said, it does not matter whether or not Yoga is here, as this team is plowing through the opposition without any problem whatsoever. And Gasher will find 13 with a very beautiful C4 But as we're talking, he will get found by Gasher, making this now a 3-1 situation. Christian, the last one left.
See, it doesn't matter how many people you have when you win the gunfights, but as I say that, Christian gets a pick on a Zanky, so he's making this clutch happen perhaps. He's got a minute left. No, as I say that, the defuser ends up going down, and his castle barricade, well, that feels like a bit like a ranked, doesn't it? That's a castle blocking your own team out of the objective after the plant's gone down, which is unfortunate, but Crooked, I think he has a perfect angle on the door, or unless that's the, that's Wholesale holding the angle from basically the only entrance that he has right now. And yeah, that's a death sentence, the west balcony. But as I say, that Crooked, it doesn't matter. He's gonna go for the peak, and he pushes Christian aggressively, even on the technically defense side after he's planted the bomb. He finds the headshot, and it feels like France. All the heads that have been taken off of Bourne right now.
That is just absolutely unfortunate. Now, there was a chance there for Bourne to turn that around, but they were unable to seize the opportunity. Perplexed continuing their onslaught of this series, and it's merciless. It's just horrible. Honestly, this is extremely, I wouldn't say insulting, but extremely huge to compare them to Penta, but I'm going to go ahead and say with this game right now, I would compare it to as some of the games Penta played during the Invite series, because, or not the Invite series, but the Invitational, because Penta, every team they played, they plowed through them. Even if it was a 2-1, they still plowed right through. They showed no remorse, and all the way to the end to take the championship. So, and that's what we're seeing here from Perplexed. We are seeing no remorse. We're seeing an absolute destruction of the opposition, and I don't know what Bourne's going to be able to do, to be honest.
I think this is a bit weird to say, like you said, but like I feel like Penta are a bit more. They plow through the opposition, but they use strategies. What we see here from Perplexed, they're just kind of going in the building and being like, okay, we're just gonna gunfights. I feel like they're not as much Penta as they are maybe BRK, maybe FaZe, something like that. Remember that FaZe game versus ENCE?
I honestly did not see the FaZe game, so I couldn't really compare it to that.
The unfortunate part of that was, okay, like, ENCE is a strong team. You can't really count them out. They're really, really powerful, especially with the new addition of Uno. And yes, that was his first ever Pro League anything, being the Invitational, but he managed to top frag in multiple games. ENCE is, I mean, they won last season. That proves they're a very strong team. And while they did lose their top frag and their very good Mira Shetse, Uno proving himself in the Invitational to be just as strong, if not a good replacement for him. And FaZe basically steamrolled. They had no chance, and by that I mean it was a 10-1. On Chalet, which is one of ENCE's best maps, favorite maps, FaZe ended up 5-0ing. And this is basically what they did. Like, Perplexed is just going in and killing everyone. They're winning their gunfights, and that's what matters right now. And like I say that, but Crooked being the top frag of Perplexed at the moment on the Ella, taken down right off the bat. That's an important frag right now. If Bourne wants to find anything in these rounds, Crooked is one of the high priority kills. So whoever made that frag, that was a very big impact frag. But now they need to manage to get 2 more, as Wholesale manages to go down by Christian. I think that was just a pre-fire in the mirror, and he peeked into it.
Yeah, and going back to that comment you said with FaZe, honestly, when FaZe announced that they were coming into Siege, the first thing that came to my mind was like, oh, you guys are in for a world of trouble. This is a whole different ball game for you guys. And from what I have heard of the game, and as we're talking, Embers will take out Yoga, and 13 will take out Nerve, getting the refrag there, now making this a 2v3 situation in favor of Bourne. Both defenders are at full HP, and Christian will find Zanky, making this now a 1v3 situation. 13, the only one left alive. The diffuser is in the hands of the defenders per se. I'm not sure if he is aware that they have the diffuser out on balcony, but the defender or the attackers definitely do not. So we may have a chance here.
Right now, but it doesn't matter. Christian's gonna get the frag onto him anyways. Yeah, that was 13 holding out the mirror window. That was a visual bug. It didn't actually. It wasn't the case, and he had his gun out.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm aware. I'm aware of that. It's just it's funny to see. I love seeing that. I think I think the most annoying visual bug is when they have their weapons out, but they ADS and they're looking at like the middle of the back of the
They're
gun.
looking at their iron sights while they have like a hollow up.
Yeah, so it's really weird, but we will see Bourne take round two, evening it out. And if one thing is for certain that Bourne has shown, they will not go down without a fight.
Yeah, Yaga did end up coming back last round. I don't know if anyone noticed. He was the vigil. He got a frag and got traded off by one of the players at the end. But we see him bringing a Blackbeard now. He's showing no mercy. He wants the frags and he wants. I think he got kind of tired of his team's antics and he just wants the easy life. Taking 3 speed on defense and then taking the one who literally just can't get headshot right off, which is. I mean, you can't call it BM. This is comp, right? You do whatever you need to win. So Blackbeard is definitely very viable pick, especially on this map, being able to peek mirrors without getting pre-fired up like basically instantly. And yeah, we can probably see him sit on the north balcony, ventilation units, something like that, and peek on alt. He has an angle technically all the way to A site inside the box if a mirror decides to play in the closet. We see Gasher actually putting up likely right about now.
This is the second time we'll see this team go up here, and the first time wasn't too strong, so I'm wondering how they're going to switch up their defense. To be honest, the mirror windows, only one has gone down so far. The meta right now is to put the mirror inside a small office like Asher's doing, but to be honest, I find that to be an extremely risky location for the mirror. And as we're talking, either that was me tuning into Mira or that was Twitch taking out the other Mira, but I definitely heard the hiss, but we can't see it right now. So returning back, yeah, returning back, I honestly find that Mira spot to be risky and not always worth it, because if somebody gets on C unit, they can shoot right through that wall to the left of Mira, open that up, and you can see right into that Mira spot. And I can't tell you how many times I've been killed from that angle trying to play that Mira in there. So I prefer to play it on the actual balcony wall, and people say, oh, they can hit you from below with Ash. Well, I'd rather have them come try Ash me and buck me from below, where I can play vertically instead of getting shot in the back because I can't see the dude on C window unit, especially if it's a Blackbeard.
Right, right. And of course, you can always get Ash or buck from below in the box, so that's not really a viable argument for why you wouldn't put it on the west balcony wall. The only reason being probably it would get, I don't know, hit bonded easy or something like that. But, I mean, the inner mirror can probably get hit bonded the same way, and it doesn't even matter, as Crooked with the nice Twitch play managed to take out the mirror just before Christian managed to get a frag on him. That's just very amazing timing from the attackers. But it doesn't matter at this point. Both mirrors are open, but 2 frags have gone in the way of the defenders. Zenki takes out 1 to try and even up the man count. It's a 3v4. They have a minute, and they do have a Blackbeard to work with. Thurton's on half health, but the Blackbeard might act as an extra man, as the shield can tank 1 or 2 headshots, especially at a range such as this.
And with both of these mirrors open, it is a disadvantage to the defenders, but that doesn't even matter, as Nerve will just go prone and take out 13 as he tries to push a little over aggressively, if I might add to that as well. Now, Blackbeard playing on the C window unit as we talked about before, but Gasher will find Zenki from that opened wall that Thermite had opened up previously. Blackbeard, the only one left alive. Can Yoga clutch this off? He's hit, only losing about 10 HP, and Smoke will push him, but he is unable to find Nerve as Nerve whiffs the SMG, blocked by that annoying face shield, pulls out his shotgun, and with no issue whatsoever, destroys Yoga.
I don't know if you can call that a whiff, because technically, if it was anyone but Blackbeard, that Smoke would have gotten a kill with the SMG-11. Unfortunately, of course, it is Blackbeard, and the SMG does like 2 damage per hit. And while it does land a lot of headshots, none of the headshots matter if it's all into the face shield. So Blackbeard survives the first shot, but yet again gets shredded by that shotgun at the end.
Yeah, that is true.
This is a kind of a deja vu moment from Oregon, because we saw from Oregon a pretty even scoreline. They were going back and forth in defenses, which is basically the same thing you see here, except on the next map, Border. And what happened on Oregon was Perplexed was just like, okay, we're tired of this. We just want to get this over with. They just went in and started fragging out. And I'm guessing that's what Perplexed is going to have to do if they wish to take this take the series by storm 2-0. Or else, if Bourne wins Border, of course we're going to go to the desired consulate. But just like, I mean, we saw what Crooked could do. We saw his potential, especially, I mean, every single player in Perplexed has that kind of potential. But Crooked was the one to find kills last round, or last map. Probably because no one else could even catch up to him, as he's playing 3-speed Ella with still massive fragging power as of this patch. So, if he can step it up, or if any one of his teams can step it, we see three different defenders in this case being 3-speed. So they definitely have plenty of fragging power for anything they would possibly do in the form of kills. And I mean, yet again, Crooked is on the Ella, so he's the one dedicated fragger in this case. Rybait gets one onto wholesale, though. That's a bad start. One of the 3-speeds that I mentioned taken out off the bat. So that's the fragging power of Jaeger, as well as just a plant clear on the board to deny any sort of plant push. Taken off within 30 seconds yet again. I'd have to expect that same kind of obvious pre-fire as before, but of course we won't find out just yet.
And Nerve trying to get a few peaks. Now this is a spot I honestly haven't seen peaked in quite a while, is that upper portion of the roof where it opens up down into the security area. Nerve almost finds Yoga, as we see Yoga is now down to 1 HP, and he will get a reset from Habana, but Glaz almost found him with the help of Christian. So even though this is definitely Season 2 gameplay right here, or Year 2 gameplay we're seeing, it almost worked for Bourne.
Yeah, we see, I mean, we already have one of the defenders completely taken off the board, and yet another one put to about half health. So this is technically in favor of Bourne right now. While Yaga is on a half, we do have Rybait at 1 health, but he gets taken down to 0 as Yaga gets the frag onto him. That is even man count. However, Yaga is still at half HP, so a couple bullets, maybe 2 or 3, will take him out from any of the attacker weapons. 1 if the Glaz manages to find him yet again. And there's less than half the round left. The defenders do have a good setup so far. They have mirror windows watching both sides likely. Christian doesn't seem to have the ability to take them out at this point. And the defenders are pretty lax right now. All they have to do is wait, and they know that. We see Yaga and Mira having a bit of a dance off. And Yaga ends up dropping to get seemingly a flank on them, but we see every single one of the attackers right anchored inside a security room.
And apparently we're still having mic quality issues. I think I know how to fix that here in a minute. But as we're speaking, Nerve will find Crooked, who just walks right into the middle of the doorway there, trying to pick up who is that? Gasher, who was dropped. But unfortunately, the greed got the better of him, and he was taken out by Nerve.
The timing on that Mira passing by, and the timing of his Valkyrie as well. Nerve doesn't manage to get every single shot. Gasher's been picked up, but Nikki actually gets a... What is that? I think that was the drone. She might have tossed it onto either the drone or hit the mirror window that was open.
It looked like she hit the mirror window when she shot the mirror window, was going to throw it out there. And, ooh, what a nasty shot from 13. Now that is the angle to situate. Plant is going down. 13 getting another kill on Gasher. That does stop the plant. Will he be able to finish it off? But no, Nerve will get the kill.
They were trying to frag on a bit too hard there, and this mirror was hiding right behind the bomb anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if they got the plant down unless the Ash would have hit that shot. But the defenders managed to win on time, as all the attackers were just kind of AFK with it. Yes, a beachhead, but with a beachhead, you have to do something with it on CCTV. If they just sit there for an entire 2 minutes, it doesn't really matter. They got to pick right off the bat, and then they kind of grinded to a halt after the Vigil got a refrag on their team, taking out one of their very important players in their Ying. Their Ying being likely one of the only utility operators they had to counter the mirror windows sitting on the west balcony. If she had just Yinged the mirror, Yinged half ball, then Yinged deep and smoked the mirror, they could have probably ran in, gotten the necessary frags in that case, and gotten the plant down, but everything halted to a stop when the Vigil managed to frag out the Ying, and they just kind of stalled out on West Balcony because they had no other idea how to take out that mirror window. We saw they tried to thermite it, and the thermite got peeked and downed by the Ella, which was, okay, that was a refrag, but they don't have a chance to do that, as every single one of the defenders managed to rotate all the way around and was ready for any kind of push coming up from the attackers in that case. So they all just kind of stalled out on the west balcony again, didn't go for another chance to thermite the Mira. And when they did get in, it was all too late because the Mira was able to get the frag on the planter. And there's nothing you can do with 2 seconds left. You have to frag, because if you plant and then the person watching plant goes down, the planter can't just, like, get up or anything, because then you instantly lose the round. Like, with 2 seconds left, there's not any option for the attackers to have any kind of flexibility. And we see the same kind of pre-fire, not going to find anything this time. Viaga going to get a pick on the Christian. What was that? E-stairs? That's a bit of an amateur. I don't want to say anything like criticizing me. There's criticism there. They're peeking the Ash like multiple times. I'm guessing the pre-fire didn't go out, so one of them decided to peek that south balcony window, which didn't end up working out for them. This ACalc from the Ash are winning the gunfight and then winning another one onto the main lobby. That's the Bandit and the Castle down. A fragger of Bandit and utility of Castle in the form of impacts maybe, or just his gun, the UMP being such a strong headshot weapon in general. They drone out Gasher as well, and he is absolutely stuck here. The Ash goes for some more pre-fires, and Viaga wants some more. Gets fragged though, and that's another one for Gasher as he C4s his doorway. They're gonna get a refrag on a nerve. It's a 3v2, still in favor of the attackers at the moment. And we see Thurton here, ready on the hatch to drop in, and this Mira is absolutely trapped. She cannot get out of balcony. The attackers have plenty of time to collapse. The Mira takes a headshot from Gasher. Wonderful bullet into the face as he drops from the top side of office. And now they have full control of bomb site as Rybait on the pulse is off site with 1:30 left. They have so much time to play with. They don't need to worry about planning for another 1:30.
Now,
and, I mean, they can't really do that because the defuser is actually pretty off, but it doesn't matter. Rybait gets 1 frag, only to get refragged by 13. Who needs the defuser when you can just go in and kill it?
Yeah, that was extremely aggressive gameplay from Yoga there at the beginning there, eliminating that bandit, getting the refrag, or not the refrag, but getting the second frag on Castle, and he almost got another one. However, unfortunately, he was unable to land his shots, and it just did not go well from then on out. But they were able to recover from the eventually a 3-man loss and finish off with the win, giving them the advantage now with the 3. And just an update for everybody watching, 2.0 killers did have to forfeit, so there will be no game at 10 Eastern. No game at 10 Eastern. Very unfortunate. Hopefully 2.0 is okay.
That's a bit sad. I think they were facing Dexterity, won't they? So Dexterity's gonna get another bye.
That is correct.
Dexterity has actually, they're the only team in the Invite series to have not dropped a single series. They are 6-0 flawless at the moment. I guess you would call them 7-0, although they didn't really win per se on 2.0, but they are still yet again flawless.
Yes, yeah, that's just unfortunate, but show must continue. The machine does not stop for anybody. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into round 6 here on map number 2. And it does look like Perplexed will be playing inside of Workshop as well. Will they be able to hold it as compared to getting ran over like they just did to Born?
Remember what I said last round, at the beginning of last round, or maybe 2 rounds ago? What Perplexed needed to do to win the map was just kind of step it up and frag out. Well, that's what happened, and that's seemingly what's going to happen this round, as they are playing 5 players off of site at the beginning of the round. I guess every single player going for some kind of spawn peek, wholesale going for some pre-fires at some common spots. Now, ideally, the attackers would have been lined up inside of Hellers, but that didn't exactly happen. We still see basically every player but the Bandit off of site.
Yeah, and right now, what we're seeing from Perplexed, although they're dominating, it's extremely unfortunate to see them dominating because they're playing rank style. And honestly, in a competition, especially a level like Invite ESA, you shouldn't be playing rank style. I mean, if it works for you, great. But honestly, I would have loved to see a little more strat play come coming from these guys. But as we're talking, Wholesale will find a kill on Christian, making this now a 5v4 situation. A minute 30 left in the round. The attackers have still yet to even make it inside of the buildings. They're delayed outside, and I just ate my words as I switched to Bana. Saw she was upstairs. Gasher getting a kill on Wholesale Milk, making this a refrag, and now an even man game.
If they find that there's no one actually in the bottom site, they might actually just get to push in and go for a plant and ventilation room or something like that, as they're all playing technically above the workshop. See Nerve here inside the bathroom. Now we see, okay, there's a couple players dropped. There's one in customs. Someone dropped the hatch from office into workshop, and Embers managed to get a kill on the Jaeger playing customs. So all that's left are 2 players upstairs in office and 1 inside. No, not 1 inside the lower site, because he gets taken out by Gasher. He gets the frag. Now there's only 2 players watching for a type of plant above the workshop, and if they read this properly, they might just be able to rotate to B site. But no, Zanky gets there in time. Thurton takes out Rybait. This is still in favor, technically, of the defenders, as they have an angle on whatever entrance these attackers could possibly go in. As I say that, though, Ember is going to get a frag from the top side, where Doc actually is sitting. He gets a kill on the Gasher, and it's 1v2. Doc can technically win this if he manages to delay long enough, as there's only 15 seconds left. But no, the plant does go down. Embers is at 1 health, gets taken down by the Doc. That is a DBNO, finished off. Zanky's in a 1v1 with an ACOG and with some extra health.
But this is a Glaz we're talking about, and Glaz, while he is high-powered, he does have to land his shots perfectly. Doc over-docking himself. We'll see the head of this Glaz. Misses the first shot, misses the second, third, and fourth. Will he be able to get this off? He sees him. He's prone. He gets to kill Zanky with the clutch, making this match point as Perplexed moves on, winning round 6. That was a beautifully played game from Zanky. He whiffed the first few, but he made up for it there in the end.
I mean, you can't really say he whiffed, because he technically landed them on the head shape of the Glaz, although there was debris in the way blocking the shots. That's the only reason the frag didn't end up happening.
I would say the second... I would say the second integration was a little bit of whiff. The first one, yeah, he did get blocked by that too. But that second one, he was a moving target. So maybe, you know, we can say there's some things. But it doesn't even matter, because he got the win for his team. So yeah, it's now match point. And it looks like Perplex is about to 2-0 Born.
Yeah, again, what they had to do is go in and start fragging out, and that's basically what happened. Although, okay, I have to point out that the reason that Zanky was able to win that last round was because he was Doc. If he was not overhealed to the degree that he was, and a 3 armor to boot, he wouldn't have lived through those Glaz shots. That Glaz didn't whiff bullets. He hit. I'm pretty sure he hit excuse me, I keep forgetting their name. I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure he hit Zanky at least 3 times there, but because he was Doc with 140 health, he managed to live through that gunfight. And even with the feet first prone position that Glaz was in, that MP5 had the DPS to get that Glaz down and finish it off. And that was a very important, well, okay, I say very important. They can probably frag out the attacking rounds, but that was an important round to make this win a bit quicker for the side of Perplexed.
And now last game, last round I was talking about how I wanted to see more strat play coming from this team. And honestly, that's what we saw. A lot of teams will opt to play upstairs and hold the upstairs as opposed to playing downstairs if they are confident in their ability to play vertically. So it wasn't too much of a bad idea, but it was risky nonetheless. Christian taking a few shots here as he sees Ash upstairs. Ash very well aware that this Ella is down here. He's not going to play too aggressive. It looks like that he might have, but he's going to opt not to chase after this Ella, which in the end, in my opinion, is the smartest choice he could make.
Multiple different players here, being the Mira and the Ella. Christian taking the shots. They're all lit up right now. And we see here the guns on the side of Perplexed doing a lot of work for the team. Taking off the health of 2 different operators. Basically, that's over 100 health gone. That's an entire operator's worth of health taken off the board. And that's less than, well, okay, just over a minute in the round. Rybait's going to go for a pre-fire onto the office window. They're not going to find anything. And I'm pretty sure there's 2 players sitting on the west balcony right now. And that's a thermite charge about to go down. They have no one to contest this at the moment.
this looks like it might go into the hands of Perplexed. That Ella has been eliminated, but now we're seeing Ember low on health, but Embers will get taken out by Crooked. 13 coming in to eliminate Nerve. Nerve trying to get the reflag, unable to do so. Zenki eliminating Gasher, and Yoga coming in to finish off Rybait, giving this game to Perplexed. They will advance 3-0 in the Invite Series.
Just a flurry of kills in the matter of about 30 seconds. 5 players, all from Born, going down. That was a frag fest if I've ever seen one. Thurton with the beautiful Thermite elite skin animation. We see 2 of them actually on the attack side, so whether Thurton or the Blackbeard on their team managed to get the first place, it didn't really matter. They would have gotten that beautiful animation anyways, but fragging out, they did. Thurton with 8 and 4, Zenki 6 and 5 on the Blackbeard. Their fragging power was what ended up winning the game for both these different maps, which, as you said, is kind of unfortunate to see because, yeah, this is Invite League. This isn't like any kind of joke. Like, this is ESA Invite, so we expect high skill play. And while, yes, I guess winning gunfights is definitely high skill, it's raw aim. There's nothing really you can say about that. Perplex just kind of played it like ranked because they were confident and they had every single right to be. They managed to win all their gunfights, and they basically just phase stomped over Born, which is a bit upsetting for Born. But like, usually, you know, when you're a coach of a team, you take the VOD, you sit down, and you're like, okay, what happened in all these rounds? What went wrong, and what can we change to win? And Born, all they really have to go off is that, oh, we lost our gunfights, because that's what happened. As you saw that last round, 5 kills, all in a matter of about 30 seconds, happening all at once from Perplex. They pushed in, and I guess you could call that kind of neglect from Born. No one challenged the West Balcony, so Thermite just ended up walking in and getting. No, that was Twitch walking in and getting 2 kills, but Thermite managed to get that wall open nonetheless. And even though if it had been more strat heavy and Born was able to contest that, that probably, I mean, that wall getting opened in that amount of time, that's very efficient from the side of Perplexed. And nonetheless, they managed to take that round because 5 kills with no reciprocation whatsoever. And that has happened not once, it's happened like twice, maybe 3 times in this 2-map series. And it's only 2 maps where Perplexed have gotten flawless wins on certain rounds, whether it be on defense or attack. We show here that they can win their gunfights, and this is basically kind of what they rely on, which is not the best thing, but I mean, again, like you said, if it works, right?
It does, and it definitely did work for Perplex. And like you said, there's not much Born can do there, as they did just lose their gunfights. Overall, Born played extremely well. They didn't get 2-0'd in a 10-0 situation, and it wasn't even such, you know, so as a 10-2 or a 10-3. They were 10-6. So,
Right.
or excuse me, 10-5. So they won half the game. You know, they won half the rounds in this game. But as you said, it's just that. But anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed the match tonight. We will be signing off here, and